How you doing? My name is Brad Stinson, the Mortgage Marine. This week's installment of VA Home Loan IED, we're going to be discussing credit requirements. It's kind of a parlay from lender overlays because haters going to hate. Let's back up my claim of no FICO score requirement with documentation from the VA. Here we go. I'm going to be referring to Chapter 4 from the VA Lender Handbook. More importantly, Paragraph 7. First, let's talk about the credit report standards. Many veterans that I talk to do not understand that we have to pull a credit report. It's a 3-file merger. All right, so we pull from Experian, Equifax, TransUnion. Each 3 credit agencies have their own score. For example, 700 TransUnion, 690, and 685 on the other one. That's 3 different scores. So which one do we use? We use the one right in the middle. Now, if you're applying with your spouse, we take the same in the middle one, but we have to take the lower of the 2. That is the FICO score that we use for qualification of the VA home loan. Now, the credit report also must be less than 120 days old from the date of closing. The credit report must also list out every one of your debts and obligations. It must have the creditor's name, the date the account was opened, the status of the account, high credit balance of the account, and the payment history. Here's an answer to a question that I always receive. Why do you need 24 months of history of my employment and where I lived? Well, because it must be on the credit report. The VA will not accept it if it's not on the credit report. Now, that is paragraph A. I wanted to go through that real quick because paragraph B is where we get really down and dirty into the weeds, and it backs up my claim. So here we go. What is paragraph B? How to analyze the credit report. Now, I've said this before. Analyzing past behaviors is the best indicator on future behaviors. Okay, so really lenders need to analyze what is on your credit report, the payment history, the amounts, so on and so forth, to really make a good determination on whether or not you're a satisfactory credit risk. The emphasis needs to be placed on the overall credit pattern, not the isolated occurrences of a late payment. Okay, so as long as you are 100% truthful with your lender, why you had 2 consecutive 30-day late payments, and you can back it up with documentation, this should not be an issue. Should not be an issue. Next line down, the VA has no minimum credit score requirement. So there it is, in writing in the VA Lender Handbook, what every lender originates a VA home loan to. Right there. The VA does not have a minimum credit score requirement. Boom. So we've discussed the credit report and we've discussed analyzing credit. Well, what happens if a lender pulls a credit report and there is no data? Believe it or not, yes, it's 2020. This happens. Veterans like to go off grid and live just on cash. That's how this happens. Or they fail to establish credit because we've all been there. You need to establish credit, but nobody's going to give you credit to establish your credit. This is not an adverse factor. It is not an automatic denial. What the lender has to do is a little bit of extra work and lean on the non-traditional consumer credit lines. In short, these are your utilities: gas, electric, water. So if you're renting right now, paying cash each month, that's very common. But the utilities should be in your name. And if they're not in your name, get them into your name. Because we're going to need at least 12 months of verified payments in order to use this. So utilities, cell phone, cable bill, non-traditional consumer credit lines. We must be able to verify it. And it's most likely going to need at least 12 months, preferred 24. So if you do not have a credit profile or credit report, it is not an automatic denial. Who you work with matters. Again, my name is Brad Stinson, the Mortgage Marine. Thank you for watching this video, VA Home Loan IED credit requirements. busting some fake news about the VA home loan. If you like this video, please provide me some feedback. If you want me to dive into any topic in regards to the VA home loan, further explanation or clarification, I am happy to do so. Please leave me a message or a comment below. I'm happy to do it for you. Have a great week. Semper Fi. Get after it.